guys, welcome to Fast Fashion Talk Show. I'm your girl GodFather, and today I have a very special guest with me, the iconic fashionista, the godfather of fashion, Mr. Richard Moody.
What's happening? The old grandpa's here in the house.
So we're gonna start with Black Chocolate. It's the African music that was chosen by Richard Moody. Never heard of this.
Black Coffee.
Black Coffee. So
South African house music. He's
never
amazing.
ever heard of it before.
Yeah,
but
he's amazing.
Let's listen. So is that, you know what it is? I love the bean, the jewelry.
Yeah, right.
Well,
it's an African. You're African, and I wanted to represent African. The beads are from Africa.
Hey guys, welcome. That was a Black Chocolate 2020. One of the beats is really nice. Actually, it's my first time hearing this.
No, you got to be up on
But
South African
yes,
house music.
Richard Moody is like one of the iconic fashionista, godfather of fashion, the Twin Cities, and international, pretty much worldwide.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, who is Richard Moody? But actually, before we go into that, tell me your outfit. How did you pick out your outfit today?
I picked up my outfit because I'm going to be on TV, and it speaks to Black Power.
Okay.
You know what's going on with the social unrest right now, so I think it was appropriate to wear. So it's all black, and then I got a pair of John Varvatos, black Converse sneakers, customed, and some Goss pants from Paris, COS, which stands for Costume of Sweden, which is the parent company of H&M.
Nice.
So that's, here I am.
Nice, I love it. And I
Black
have to
in fashion.
say, I love your, it's not a bracelet.
No, it's all separate beads.
It's like a separate beads. What?
2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah.
Does it have a meaning?
No, I think I just love beads. I think it adds something else to fashion.
Okay.
A little splash.
Nice, I love it. I have to say I love it. So tell us, the viewers, everybody that's watching, who is Richard Moody? For those of you who don't know Richard will tell you guys a little bit about who is Richard Moody.
Let's see. Richard Moody, first off, is 63. Sexy at 60.
Wait, you 63?
Good black don't crack.
Ooh,
just not
black
good,
don't
but
crack.
good black don't crack. So Richard Moody's from Madison, Wisconsin. I've lived in Minneapolis, Minnesota since 1975. I went to the university. Actually 2 classes short of having a degree in business administration. But I went on to work for the airlines, and I've been modeling since I was 18. And then I got into production, I think, in the 90s through Horst from Aveda himself. He decided I was no longer going to model. I was going to get into producing fashion shows. So that's actually how I started in production. And then I have a big charitable piece. We have a nonprofit called Humble Slice. So I think, I really love to support our community. We do a lot with Hallie Q. Brown and Rojo Collective, Domestic Abuse Project of Help Link, which helps homeless and truant youth. So I think anyone who needs, I think all of us have the passion to give.
Yeah.
And I particularly like to support organizations of color. I think so many times they get neglected.
Yes.
Everyone wants to support the big bang, organizations, but it's the mom pa, it's the little nonprofits that really need all of us to rise up and continue to support them. And especially with what's going on now with COVID and our social unrest and rising, that we need it to happen. But now we have to support our communities even more.
That's true. So you starting a model at the age of 18.
Yes.
So can you tell me, what was the first agency that gave you your first job? There's so many agencies in Minnesota. I saw you still model. I saw you on TV one time. I saw you I was just browsing through the internet and I saw you. I was like, wait a minute, that's Richard.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that you still model, but what was the first agency?
The first agency I modeled for is not even around anymore. But then I went on to be with Eleanor Moore Creative, and then Wayman. I went to college with Susan Wayman.
Oh, nice.
And then I was with Meredith, which I'm still on for many, many years. I was exclusive with them, and now, like most of us in the Midwest, you're not exclusive, you're multi-listed. So now I'm with Karen's agency, More Creative, Meredith's, and that's it. And then I used to work I used to be in 9 different markets.
Oh, wow.
So this was the day of faxing. I would send the fax, here's my days off, and I might wind up in Chicago or Milwaukee or Seattle or Portland or Hong Kong or I think Bangkok or something like
So
that.
you pretty much travel.
I travel.
Like international model.
Yeah.
And I see you also been to South Africa.
Yeah. I love Cape Town. I've been going to South Africa since 2002. In Cape Town, I'm with an agency called Boss, which is the largest agency
I heard
there.
about that.
So I've gone from the junior division to the more senior division, which is actually fine, because I'm busy. But I have a gray beard, obviously, and I keep, I'm okay being old.
Sexy.
Yeah, I'm sexy,
It's not bad.
sexy. I got bam, bam. So I'm okay being older, and I think it encourages young models to know that they have some stability.
Yes.
In the business, and so now I go into doing a lot more commercials and print things. I do a lot of United Health things, Fairview. I've worked in Fargo, so I do a lot of the health things. I do like a lot of the grandfather things. I've done Depends ads. I did a Depends ad when I was 40. I didn't even know what Depends are. Now I know they're grandpa diapers. So I don't need one yet, but I might. So hopefully hopefully we won't be burning down our Walgreens and stuff like that. So
I hope not. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So, what would you say, was your most successful campaign being a model at a young age, and now your agency still, because I know some people end up getting dropped from their agency, but you were still working with your agency. What would you say that makes you stand out to a point that they decide to keep you as a senior model instead of just dropping you and say, okay, Richard is not bringing us any more money, he's older now, but why did they decide to keep you till this day?
I think why so many of us who are older still work is because I think we've stayed in shape.
Yes.
I think we've stayed relevant. So I've gone from being a teenage model to being, like a young boyfriend model to a young dad to now a grandfather. So I think my look is relevant and it works. And, my age demographics is actually the age that can afford some of the products. So I think, I've kept myself in shape. I think I'm still fun to be around. I still enjoy the business, and I still make some money. I mean, I have some big campaigns. I work. There's the international models who this is all they do.
Yeah.
I knew at an early age that I had to supplement modeling with something else. So there I went in to work for the airlines, and it's been a good fit. I fly and I can model. So I think they've kept me because I'm fun. I still make money, and I understand that this wasn't my only gig.
Right. So you're from modeling to now flight attendant.
Yep, a flight attendant, model, and a show producer.
Yeah. So how long have you been a flight attendant?
I've been a flight attendant 41 years. So I started when I was 21 years old.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so I started when I was 21, and now I'm 63. So I'm still a flight attendant.
Wait, so okay, this is the thing. I thought that being a flight attendant, for me, how I picture it now, I see it was they only hire the young. Like the young and handsome guys. People that attract the...
Well, I was young. I was 21.
I know. I thought that when you get older, they were like, okay, no, you have to go. We're going to bring
No. We're American carriers. So, you can't retire us. We live in, we're American carrier. I mean, I know foreign carriers, they have to go at, 55 years old. Some of them, they have contracts like, United Emirates or some other airlines. But in American carriers, we're there until we die, until we decide to go. Our number one with the airlines I work for, and I won't mention them, was actually 90. He'd been 60 years in the business, and he was there. So we stay. You hope that you still stay relevant. Once again, you hope that you can still do the job, that you can save people's lives if they need to. And actually, it's not always about the young. It's like, I think any of us can have a personality, and so you have to want to be there. You have to enjoy to be there. Then you have to enjoy your days off.
Yes.
So
that's nice. So.
You can even be a fat fucker. Sorry, some of us are.
That's true. If you don't love your job, sometimes
you gotta love your job.
So you really must say, and you enjoy being a flight attendant. For you to be there for how many years now?
42.
42 years, and you're still there at the same airline, or did you have?
No, I've been 3 different airlines. I started with Western and Northwest, and now I'm with a different airlines that was merged. But I mean, I think we all love our job. I think we also love our days off.
Yeah.
At my seniority, I love the flexibility and the mobility. I mean, I'm in Paris or London or Amsterdam or Seoul, Korea or Japan. So I make the job work for me. I have friends all over the world. I've had agencies all over the world. I had an agency in Hong Kong. I've had an agency in Bangkok, agency in Singapore. Then I've had clients in Paris. So I make my days off. I make my job work for me. So I manage it.
So that's what we're gonna ask you. Is like, how do you manage your two jobs, being a model and also being a flight attendant? Because let's say, do your agency know how they work around your schedule?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So the agencies do know. They know if I'm on hold for a job, they'll actually reach out to me probably a couple weeks in advance and ask if I'm available. I mean, I've actually come off of a trip and flown into a job.
Oh wow.
And so the client knows, and thank God that the airlines got me home. So I mean, it's been good. It's worked. But unfortunately, sometimes the agencies want us. The clients want you, and I'm on the road. Yeah. I mean, I know where my bread and butter is. Okay. That's the airline gig. The modeling's a blessing that I'm still relevant. I'm still somewhat in shape. I still have like a 33-inch waist. I went from 32, but I'm older. So I mean, I think I fit that bill of older and relatable.
Yeah, I can say that because you were.
I still have my own teeth.
Still looking good too. So
I don't smoke.
You don't smoke?
No.
What is it? Do you have a hidden talent?
Oh.
Apart from being a producer, which we're gonna talk about very soon.
Yeah.
What is Richard Moody's hidden talent? Something that nobody knows about you, like.
I think what people don't know about is I enjoy gardening.
Okay.
So, hostas and daylilies and ribbon grass and sedums and. So I enjoy gardening. I enjoy watching it grow, and now I'm starting to do some vegetables, and so I enjoy outdoors. I think so many times I see Richard Moody that I see that's at an event and doesn't know that I have that family side and that downtime where I like to be at the lake, and I actually know how to do stand-up paddleboard and water ski, and I like to walk around in my
You have it. Did you
my
really
naughties.
like outdoor?
Yeah,
so I'm
an outdoor brother.
You're an outdoor brother.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a couple of work that Richard Moody have done in the Twin Cities. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of Richard Moody modeling, being a producer, and also a few videos of him being backstage, so you can see a little bit.
I don't think I've even seen these.
I have a couple of videos of him backstage putting models in check.
Oh, I'm naughty.
Walk all the way down to the end, and then you're gonna. Where's Chelsea? Chelsea,
Yeah.
Can you walk it for me?
Yeah.
Please.
Woo!
They're gonna be standing at the tables. So we'll stop sometimes. We've got a lot of music. So the good thing is, you guys, most of you worked together before. You've got a long runway, and to be truthful to the so much better. Stella's was going to be coming. Yes. They're now all involved in this madness because this person had worked for them at some point, but not real. And the crazy story, I kept saying, I need to meet you because we have Bentleys coming. I need to talk to him to set up these Bentleys. I need to talk to him about, does he want a car? Well, no, you don't need to do that. Next thing you know, a couple nights ago, this is the deal. And, some people didn't think it was appropriate for me to tell you. I don't want you to show up because most of you worked with me before. We know here's your money.
Yeah.
Because I leave on Saturday to go to Japan. So I don't want you looking for your money.
Right.
So, but people know I'm kind of evil. And so this is not going to go away. We'll stay on them 24/7. I'll be at the door like, 100, I need 100, 100, I need 100. So we're going to make this work. But most importantly, I really have to say thank you guys for
welcome back to Fast Fashion. I'm your girl Fat TJ. Like I said, we have the godfather of fashion, Richard Moody. Richard Moody has been in the fashion industry for a very long time. He have paved the way for many of young models, especially black models. Richard is always standing up for black models in Minnesota. And I have to say, I'm like one of those models. Like, he helped me a lot. And the way he treats black models and African models here in Minnesota speaks volume, because he want all of us to be successful. He want all of us to make it to Paris, London. And if you work with Richard Moody, you know that he's not easy, but it's all love. He's very tough, but it's all love. Yeah, he wants us to be successful. So tell me a little bit about I Am Moody. I Am Moody been around for a very long time.
Well, I Am Moody's been around. IamMoody.com has actually been around since 2007. So for about 4 years, I worked for a division of Pepsi Americas, a company called Air Force Nutri-Soda. Then we got bought by Pepsi Americas. So after that, I knew that I had the wherewithal to be an event person, to go on and create my own brand because I was being called in to speak for a lot of products.
Okay.
So I became a brand ambassador for other brands. So that's how I Am Moody was created, having worked for a soft drink company.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember I Am Moody was also doing fashion shows for like the homeless. This was years
Yeah, we've
ago.
done a lot of different shows. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what path makes you start doing fashion show to help the community? Like, for example, the homeless fashion show. This was a long time ago. I was one of the models, and it was in St. Paul.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what gave you that passion to do fashion to help other people?
I think all of us have the passion to want to give back, and I think because my lane is fashion, and I think it's also about relationships. I have relationships with retailers and venues, and they trust me and believe in me, believe in I Am Moody, or Richard Moody at the time. So I think that's important, and I think that we all have to take a platform and use that platform. So my platform was fashion, and that people knew that if I'm taking clothes out of the store, that it was going to come back. If it came back damaged, then I would own it. I would pay for it. That's the credibility I have in the business. And I think whenever any of us can give, we have to give, because all of us were probably raised with some type of religion and some type of house of God, and that's what we were taught, to give back. So, if you are selfish and don't give back, it's not going to work. There's not a lot of stuff we need in life, but we do need to help the next person below us reach up and pull them up with us.
That's true. So what makes you decide to be a producer from being a model? You're still a model, but also what makes you decide to branch out to start, producing shows, working with other boutiques, like big boutiques in Minnesota. You work with Martin Patrick, Thru, and you have good relationship with them. Like, what makes you decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to start producing shows?
Well, I think it happened probably in the earlier 90s when I used to model for Veda, like so many of us in Minnesota. And Horst, bless his heart, got me. He's now passed on. But he saw the potential in me to do more than just model.
Okay.
And so he pulled me out of the ranks, and then I became a choreographer. And then from there I went into producing. And he said early on that we have to decide. I have to either model or produce. So even when I produce, I don't model. You have to stay in your lanes.
Okay.
And so that's how I got into production, because of Horst himself, and he saw the potential, and it's been fun. And it's been fun watching other models either go from modeling into production, into styling, into doing hair and makeup, because there's one thing to be in front of the camera.
Yes.
There's so many other opportunities and possibilities to be behind the scenes.
Yes.
And so that's what I did. And
So
that's
do you
where I'm at.
enjoy behind the scenes better than modeling, or would you say that you enjoy doing better? Modeling or being behind the scenes? What's your favorite?
I think behind the scenes.
Behind
I think
the
I can
scenes.
kind of control the image
Okay.
and the brand. If it's an I Am Moody brand, or if it's the Martin Patrick 3 brand, or the Aveda brand, or other companies I've worked for, that's fun. And then I've worked for Wilson's Leather, like a lot of us have here in the Twin Cities. So that's really, really fun, because being the producer, I get to meet with their art directors, their VPs and CEOs to create a vision. And then that's when I get to say, okay, can we use more models of color? And I get to own the narrative, and I'm kind of bossy, or not so. I'm probably bossy and opinionated, particularly with. I grew up in the era in the business where there was only probably 2 black male models and 2 black females.
Oh, wow.
And we were in it for many, many years, and then it got opened. So now producing, and I'm now able to open the door for other models of color. And and now I sometimes will book more models of color than models of color that not. Because when I grew up, that's how it was. 5 black models, and all the models were white. Like we didn't exist. So now I get to make it a very even playing field in terms of production.
So would you say that being a producer for fashion shows and stuff, and you growing up being a model, seeing that there's not a lot of models of color, makes you want to push black models
Of
and
course.
want black models to be better?
Yes.
So would you say that you are too hard on the black models?
No. I'm not too hard on black models, because we have to think not just local, we have to think global.
Okay.
So it's one thing to model in Minneapolis or St. Paul or Milwaukee or Chicago. It's that you have to have the stamina to be in Paris or London or Milan or Rome or Tokyo or Korea, and you have to you can't take it personal, because especially when you start traveling as a model, you have got to know the business.
Yeah.
You have to know what's in your model bag. You have to know, as a black model, sometimes, particularly as a woman, you have to do your own hair and makeup. You can't take it personal. It's about the check. Because if we get emotional, you just don't come back. So I treat you because I want you to be at that next level.
Yeah.
You have to be. And that's how our parents, we were raised to be 100% better than everyone else around us. And that's how I want models, particularly models of color, to be.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about, what is it about Richard that doesn't like black models to wear wigs? Why do you hate black models to wear wigs?
Well, personally, I don't think you don't look unique. I think you look like every other black girl with bought hair who wants to be a black-white Barbie.
Okay.
So, and that's not going to work unless your man wants you to have a long hair so he can pull it off. I mean, we have to own what God gave us. So, long bought hair does not look natural. And if you look at the Sudanese models, or the whole group of African models from the diaspora that are working, they're natural. I mean, and black models and females have all types of different hair. We have to own that. We're 300 different colors of black. So, but if we all put on a wig, we all look like another black girl with someone else's image of what beauty is. And what do we tell young black girls beauty is if they don't have long hair? So we're getting into a narrative of what white people want us to look like.
That's true.
You know, so unless your man says have long hair, but then you're giving him your power, I mean, I think we have to look unique. We have to own what God gave us. It's like me. I have a salt and pepper beard. What would I look like at 63 years old dyeing my beard? It looks fake.
Yeah.
So that's my deal. I mean, depending on the clients, if they want a wig for a particular segment, I'll put a wig on. But then now I've been at shows where they have the girls in a wig and then they put a hat on top of the wig. Now it looks like a clown car.
Yeah.
So I like to keep it simple. And, the models that are working, plus size or petites or whatever they look like, we have to own who we are. Because particularly for young black men and women behind us, we're the reflection.
Yes.
So if we're creating something out of the box that they can't do and can't afford, it's unrealistic.
That's true.
So that's my deal. So,
is true.
That's who I am. I mean, other producers might be different. I mean, I've worked in Jamaica for Caribbean Fashion Weeks where, long hair is in. But for me personally, I want the black women to own their uniqueness.
So, but would you say that now, like this 2020 or new generation, we say that more black models are embracing their natural look and also their dark skin? Because me personally, I have to say, I was guilty of bleaching my skin back in the day.
Yeah.
That was back in high school when kids were so mean. They were like, oh my God, she's so dark.
Yeah.
So, but would you say now there's more black models who are embracing their natural look and also their dark skin?
I think they are, but I also think they are because of internet. Okay. I think plus health issues. I mean, I know it's a big thing in African cultures, in probably American cultures, but I mean, I never had the challenge of wanting to look dark, lighter. I mean, I kind of look like guess who's coming to dinner, so I was that safe mocha black color. But I do think now with internet and social media, people embracing who they are, so I think it's a plus. Yeah, so I think the internet's saying, hey, own who you are. I think look at what did we just have? 5 Miss America, Miss Universe, and Miss Teen. So they all look completely different.
Yeah.
So I think for young people of color, young women, they'll see within that 5, they could be any of that. But it's not even about the beauty, it's about the intelligence. Because beauty's only skin deep, but how do we deliver the message? How do we talk about who we are and where we're from? So that's what I'm about.
Okay. So we're going to jump into, I'm just going to ask you a little bit about what will it take. I know some of you guys are watching, some of the people out there who want to be a model, and some of you guys want to work with Richard Moody and never worked with Richard Moody before. So what will it take for a black female who want to be a model? Like, what advice would you give them before we jump into the next week event that's coming up? Like, what advice would you give to all young black women out there who want to be a model? There's a lot of them out there, and there's so many people who want to work with you, especially models. Like, what can they do to work with Richard Moody?
Well, I think if you want to model, just a journal, you have to understand you have to be in the game, you have to pay to be in the game. Modeling on Instagram or Facebook is not modeling. You have to find an agency then you have to invest in yourself and get pictures, and then a comp card. I know a lot of things are now on the internet, but you still need pictures. And I think, everyone wants to be a runway model. You have to know that there's runway models, there's commercial models, there's lifestyle models. Then you're just more of a print. Do you have nice hands? There's hand modeling. So there's a lot of different divisions of modeling. Do you know all that? Just thinking that everyone wants to look like Naomi Campbell or Tyra Banks or Iman or Beverly Johnson or even some of the younger models. But you have to know, where do you fit in the business? If you're 5'2", you're going to be a print. You're not going to be runway. If you're 5'6", you're a print model or commercial or catalog. Understand the business so you know what niche you fit. If you're tall, like some of the Sudanese models, for example, they're like 5'10", that's runway. If you're 0, that's runway. That's European international. If you're Minnesota and you're more like a 4'6", it works. So you have to know the markets, and then you most importantly have to get with legitimate agencies and understand the business. You don't get paid unless the agency gets you work. The agency doesn't get paid unless you get work. So know the business and be a business person.
Okay. So. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to keep chatting with Richard Moody. There's an event coming up this next week, actually, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm just going to jump into it and ask Richard Moody. Tell me a little bit about this event that's coming up. It's called Healing Through Art.
Right.
So Healing Through Art, how does that come about? Tell me a little bit about that event.
Well, Healing Through Art came through with our social unrest and the social unrest that we have going in the Twin Cities. That Martin Patrick 3 reached out to me because some things that happened in their store. And they said, instead of being angry, they want to support the community. So they called me, and I called my business partner, Mark and Skitzler, and we decided, okay, we're going to come up with a theme, Healing Through Art, because art, as well as music, is healing. It's good for the soul. And then with that, with Martin Patrick 3, which has been around 15 years, if not longer, the new space is 20,000 square feet. It's a men's haberdashery. And there's a lot of things in there to buy. People go, oh, there's nothing to afford. There's a lot of things in there. You have to walk in the door. And they allowed us to create this event. So from my perspective, it's literally African-American businesses that are doing a pop-up within Martin Patrick 3.
Oh, nice.
So we've got Rojo Collective, which we're bringing in 5 different artists to sell their art. They're going to be doing live art Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got Monica, an African designer who's bringing in her African wares because we want to keep it really global. We're using Science Ice Cream. We're going to do a whole art in the alley on Sunday. So we're going to have kids, and the first 50 kids that come in are going to get bags from Walker art supplies. So we've got that. We've got Ants Creations, young 2 guys, Justin Davis of For the City. They're going to be selling their wares. Pamela Weens, who I created a t-shirt, Black Power. So we're going to have a lot of different vendors who I respect, who are up and coming, and some have been around a long time. Our designers have been around a long time. The artists. We also want people to shop within Martin Patrick, that support Martin Patrick's business. We've got Cousin Christopher, who's our DJ, going to be performing on the reception night. So there's a lot of different things, but most importantly, it's healing our community. We love Minneapolis. We love North Side and Uptown and Northeast and St. Paul. So we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. We're going to get through this by supporting our businesses and individual small businesses. So that's Healing Through Art. The money is going to go, 20% of all the sales are going to go to help Rojo Collective, which is a 501(c) that helps Black and brown artists of color, men and women. And then we're helping Hallie Q. Brown in St. Paul, which is celebrating their 100th year community center right over there by 94, which over the years, when 94 was built, cut through the Black and brown community. So that's who I support. Now I don't do cash wraps and Venmos. I don't give money to strange people online. I know supporting these organizations, the money is going to go to where it needs to go. So Healing Through Art, open reception and free. We all love free.
Yes, it's free.
It's free. Is the 23rd through the 26th. The reception starts at 5 o'clock. Please come. Be fashionable. I know we've been locked down because of COVID. We will be practicing social distancing.
Yeah, so we're going to ask you, how are you going to practice social distance? And also, is it like required for people to wear a face mask?
Yeah, well, you'll be able to wear masks. I think the state government now is we want you to have the mask inside.
Okay.
We will highly recommend it. If you don't, we're not going to go off. But we do have masks for you. We have another organization that's going to be selling masks for $4 as well. Martin Patrick is working with one of their shirt vendors that has created masks as well out of the nice shirts. So I think it's going to be a great event. But most importantly, it's going to be supporting Black, African, brown small businesses that are credible designers, that this is our time. Martin Patrick says come in. This is not going to be a one-off. We will be doing this every July, Healing Through Art. Just like in September during Fashion Week, we'll be doing our all-black attire cocktail party. So
that's nice. That's really good. So doing this to give back to the community. And
always.
Martin Patrick, whatever happened in this store during the looting and everything else, instead of being angry like Richard said, they decided to give back and help the community. And I think that's really good that you guys are doing that. So
there's cocktails too.
Oh, there's cocktails. Free?
They're free cocktails, and I should say the cocktails on Thursday are donated by Mickey's, which is the oldest liquor store north side. It's been 81 years old, family-owned business. When other people within the community were moving out, they stayed to support the community. And a wonderful story, real quick, is that when all the uprising was going on, the community, the north side, decided for the week, that community 24 hours a day, sat out on long chairs to protect their business.
Oh, wow.
So Mickey's is giving back as well. And this is just a story that the media didn't tell us about. And I think we have to own our narratives.
Yeah.
You know, when you see good and we see people are supporting our communities, post it. Talk about it. You know, the media can't be everyone. We don't want to blame the media, but I'm a person of color. Sometimes they want to think we're all doing shit. Yeah. It's just not us. We're also doing good shit.
Yes, that's
so
true.
Healing Through Art, 23rd to this 26th, we're doing good shit for our communities. Thank you, Martin Patrick 3.
Yeah, so come out and support next week, Thursday, all the way to Sunday. Yeah. So at the vendors, the same vendors going to be from Thursday to Sunday, or are we having different vendors every day?
Same vendors every day. We'll have different live artists, and the schedule should be posted on their Facebook page.
Oh, different live artists every.
There'll be 3 different live artists on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and also Ant Creations will also be doing a live piece as well.
Oh, nice. So. That's good. And I saw you were talking to 2 young gentlemen, and I believe that they do artwork.
Yeah, Justin Davis and Ant Creations. Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to be selling their.
Yep, they'll be selling their wares. They'll also do a lot of custom-made things as well.
Okay. So the people that you're giving back to, what makes you decide that the money is going towards this to charity organization that you're supporting?
Well, because I know the organizations,
okay.
And I work, and I'm actually on the board for Rojo Collective, so I'm invested in their organizations. I mean, I think we can choose any organization, but I believe in their mission, and that's what I do.
Nice. Okay, one more thing with Richard Moody. Richard Moody have a Christmas event every year.
And hopefully we'll have it this year.
Yes, fingers crossed, you guys. So, and I have to say, I love what you do. So people came in and bring toys, and tell me a little bit about that. Why do you decide to host Christmas party every year and have people, raising toys to give back?
Well, we do this Moody's holiday party. If we do it this year, will be the 30th year. And it started in my home. And when it got to 100 people, we had to pull it out. And I think what had happened is, you do these cocktail parties, and we realize they add up. The money adds up just to do a party. And I thought, well, we should do it for an event. We actually started many years for Sabathani Community Center because a very dear friend, Sarah Rogers, is one of my best friends, and her mother, Mrs. Walker, bless her heart, they now have a street named after Mrs. Walker.
Oh, wow.
In South Minneapolis. So we were given the Sabathani Community Center, and then from there we went on to helping Horizon Youth Program. So that's why we do it. And it makes sense because all the other toy drives and gift drives they do sometimes don't get into the Black community.
That's true.
And I'm a Black man. I own it. And I think, we have to start taking care of our own. And everyone who comes to it knows where the gifts go. Sabathani Community Center, which supports not just people of color, but a wide range of people of color in St. Paul. And if we have too much, we'll bring it to Minneapolis. So, I'm just the driver of this mission that all my friends come on board, and it's not me. There's no me without everyone behind me who pushed me forward and let me talk a lot of mad stuff. So I hope we get to have the party again. It should be again at Urban Eatery, and they donate the space, they donate the foods, and so they understand our mission. And we want young people on Christmas to wake up with something. And I think sometimes some of the drives will give them a gift card to McDonald's. We want them to have something substantial.
Okay.
So
toys instead of...
Well, unwrapped gifts. I mean, it's depending on the ages, but young people, and you're a lady, if it's makeup, if it's cologne, if it's deodorant, if it's toiletries, if it's essentials. We try to give all that, and young people get to come into the space, depending on their ages, how Hallie Q. Brown has it set up, and the parent gets to pick out stuff. They go to their ages and stuff like that.
Nice. That's really good. Yeah. So Richard is just not a model, or a producer, but he's also, he's giving back to the community.
All of us are. All of us try to give back. And I will tell you something, if I can, about giving back, particularly for holidays. We should all start shopping now with all the sales.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So you don't panic, come Christmas time. Start shopping now for sales. If it's pencils and pens and backpacks. Yeah. All that kind of stuff.
So do you actually have a list, or do you send out a list?
We send out a list. Okay. I'll talk to Dawn Seeley at Hallie Q. Brown, and we'll get a list. We also know young people. Sometimes we buy specifically for individuals that need, and we know what their needs are. So they give us the list probably the first week of December, and we usually post it.
Sounds good. So you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. So one more thing I'm going to ask Richard is, tell me, you're a producer, you're a model. So let's say if somebody would like to hire you to produce their event, how much do you know what to charge for that? If you don't want to answer, that's also okay. But what is your price range?
I won't answer that, but I will tell you this, that I've worked with all kinds of budgets. I produced the in-house grand opening for at the Shops of Arbor Lakes for Byerly's Lunds when we had models in the freezer, and that was a big budget.
Models in the freezer?
Yeah, because they had chocolate dresses, and there's pictures somewhere about that.
What?
So, we can work with all budgets, but I think we also want to make sure that we understand that I am Moody as a business, and I have a team behind me.
Right.
But, so I will, and I have a business partner, and we'll go through what the expectations are, and we'll see what part we can fulfill. If not, I will also source it out to the next producers. I'm always trying to give back and create another producer behind me.
That's good. So. Is there anything that you want to say to people that are watching? Any last word? Any piece of advice that you want to give?
What I would like to say with what's going on in the world is that, thank God it happened in Minneapolis, St. Paul, that we don't want to give up. Yeah. We will survive. Our voices need to be heard. Yes. We need to continue to speak for equality, for women, for trans individuals, that we all have respect, and so that's important. But also, don't give up, and but also have positive protests. Don't be tearing down shit. Don't burn down my drugstore. I need to go get my mother her granny Depends. See you guys. Thanks.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, this is Fatu J with Fast Fashion, and I was chatting with Richard Moody. And
Fatu J!
You know everything about Richard now. Like, I didn't know that he was 60. I didn't know that he was modeling when he was 18. Yeah. But I know that he's a good guy, and he helped a lot of black models out there, and he gives back to the community. So if you're a model and you want to make it to the modeling industry, go ahead, contact Richard Moody. He can guide you through it. And I have to say, there's so many models that are out of Minnesota, thanks to you. So I don't know how, if they reach out to you when they make it to the top or not, but I know there's one that you're still friend with, Cooch. Yeah, she's definitely made it out there. She's doing her thing, and I have to say, she's one of Richard Moody's girls. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being a role model, and also for being a great producer. And
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be too hard. I just want you guys to be the best.
There you go. I know. I believe that. Thank you.